So, if you guys thought that was me pulling in, it wasn't. Same Seawolf Gray, of course, convertible, non-Z07 package car. We're going to be doing some work on this guy today. So, yeah, we're going to be lowering it, scrape armor, grill guards, all kinds of good stuff. So today is another Z06 mod day. Let's do it. All right, guys, so we got Dana over here hard at work. He's cracking some lug nuts loose, but we're going to be doing some work on this car. We're going to be lowering it because, as you can see, this is stock wheel gap. And if you look at that compared to mine, it's wild that these things only come down, quote unquote, 3/4 of an inch, because that looks a lot more like, it looks like almost 2 inches to me. But either way, this thing's going to be getting lowered. It is a Seawolf Gray. It's a 2024, but it is a convertible 3LZ as well, which he's actually having a little bit of an issue with that dash. So, he needs some window tint, some UV window tint. So guys, this is Rudy. This is the owner of said Seawolf Gray Z06. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff to this today. So it's kind of a Z06 mod day. Like I said, we're going to get it up in the air. We're going to get it lowered. We have a special diffuser to go on this car. Stay tuned for that, because guys, if you like the diffuser on my car, this is a diffuser that is carbon flash, but we'll see how it fits and how it looks. Then we're also going to be putting on a splitter that he bought on eBay. And when I heard that term, I was like, I don't know. This actually doesn't look too bad. Again, it's not carbon flash. It's just black. But for the price he paid, which was what, $250?
Yeah, $250.
It's not bad. Not bad at all. So we're going to be doing a splitter, scrape armor, diffuser, lowering, and I think that's it. But
maybe some underglow.
Maybe some underglow. This guy wants to do underglow, so I can't wait to hear the hate in the comments on this. But if we end up doing it, I want your full hate, guys, because
people hate underglow. And you know what? I grew up watching Fast and the Furious.
Exactly.
I don't care how much people hate it. I want it because somebody's going to be mad about it.
There you go. That's the kind of guy he is. So let's see what this looks like. Now, he's got red calipers, so I'm sure you can guess what color that underglow is going to be. But I'm going to start tearing off some frunk trim here so we can get to the bumper. Dana's going to work on getting the wheels off, I guess, and we're going to tag team this thing. Ready?
Tag team. It sure is.
Yeah! All right, so first we're going to remove the trunk or frunk trim, because...
Which one is it first? These?
Yeah, pull towards the center. When it sounds like you're breaking it, that's when it's working.
Yep. Wait, this one?
Yep, pull up. Damn, that's on there.
Hold on. There we go.
Then in the back, and there's one right in here. There we go. Then this down here, pull it out from underneath like this.
It's already out.
Okay, and then just pull up on the center part. Keep pulling up. There you go.
He doesn't have anything under his car blocking my view. I can see all the way across. Like somebody else I know.
Well, sometimes to have your car look cool, it comes with a price. Like scraping everywhere. Ready?
Yeah. Just one click. Right there. All right, I guess we get the wheels off, and then do you want those? What are you doing with those black lug nuts?
I'll find them.
For today?
Hmm?
Okay, because I want to just rip them off then.
Rip them. That won't come off, Dana.
I just didn't want to take a chance, dude.
It's not going to come off.
Except helping me get it off, so I don't bump.
Those carbon ceramics are no joke.
Yeah, I don't go around with them. Because I know that I don't want to replace mine.
So we got the wheels off, as you can see. Wheels are off. We're going to go ahead and start the lowering process now, which on Rudy's car, he does not have a front end lift. So this is going to be the first time we've lowered a C8 Z06 that didn't have a front lift. So this is going to be coilover wrenches on the rear and the front. So should be easier, right? Let's find out. The process here is pretty similar to the back like it was on my car when we did the collars up front, but now we have the coilovers in the front as well. We got to get that black part off. We got to slide that down, and that's going to give us access to the actual coil and the locking coil nut there. And we'll be able to just turn this down just like we did in the rear of my car. So not anything super difficult here, but honestly the hardest part is going to be getting the wrenches in there. It's going to be a little bit tight for this wrench guy. So those are the wrenches you need. But he's taking the black plastic cap off first, kind of hides the threads from, you know, weather and stuff like that. Then afterwards we're going to turn them down. We're going to be pulling off the front bumper anyway here, and I just asked Rudy, I said, do you want to remove that that center license plate area? And he's like, I don't know, what does it look like? And we came out here and looked at it on my car, and you can already tell he's pretty enamored with it, but obviously there's a huge difference. And what did you say?
I thought it was just the small little piece in the middle that comes off.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it went like further. I mean, that significantly changes the aggressive look of the car.
It does.
I mean, it looks way better like that.
It looks a million times better. That was the very first mod I did. I call it a mod even though it's just removal of something, but it's the first thing I did on this car and the first thing I did on my black Z06 as well. Whenever I see anybody that has that on there, I assume they don't know that comes off, or they don't realize how easily it comes off, because it's literally like 2 little bolts and that's it.
I only knew recently that it was a plate holder for like states to do the front plate, but again, like I said, I thought it was just that center part. I thought it was this big. If I would have known it was the whole thing, I would have ripped that off months ago. Right.
It does look a lot better, but we're taking it off anyway, the bumper, so I figured I'll mention it to him because there's literally like 0 work involved in that. I'll show you again. Why not, right? I'll show you again. Anyway, let's do this thing. So these things pop off pretty easily. They're just held on there with clips, and then 2 T15 screws right there. Like I said, this thing's gonna look totally different whenever he leaves. Now we do have to take this off. And really the only reason you gotta take this off is because of these, and you can actually turn these with your hand, but that will unlock it from the back.
Oh, they're just like snaps.
Just like that.
Wow.
And then I just put these T15 screws back in here. You don't have to, but just so you don't lose them.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we pop these covers back on. And then that's that.
Wow. That looks so much better already.
Right? All right, while Dana is removing the caps for the coil springs, I'm going to get in here and start removing the T15 screws in the fender well, so we can start into the process of removing this front bumper, because he has scrape armor and we got to remove the front bumper.
I think it's loose.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, it's loose.
All right, so then after you crack them loose, all you got to do is just spin that thing all the way down, because he's going all the way down with it. And once we get that all the way down to the last thread, you'll just turn the top one down too, and then we have a lowered car. Definitely a lot easier than the front end lift cars, I'll tell you that much. He cracked that loose. He was laughing about how easy it was. So using the Paragon Performance coilover wrenches, we come in here, we crack that nut loose basically. This is the nut that tightens everything up. Take this all the way down till it drops. Literally, it's free floating at this point. And then I'm going to take it back up and turn it basically twice. And right there, it is good. Now we're going to take this down to match it and then lock it in place with these coilover wrenches. That's what we're doing basically on all 4 sides. And then you are lowered. And here's after. We got it all lowered down. Jam nut is right up against it. After this, we would basically take this plastic cap, pop it back on, and we are done. All right, so we got all 4 wheels lowered down basically. We're working now on getting the underbody panels off the bumper here so we can remove the bumper, because we have to get the grill guards installed and also his front splitter. It's easier to do with the bumper removed, so all the under shields have to come off, which means a bunch of 7mm screws and a bunch of T15s. You guys have seen this all 100 times, so by the time we get all that off, we can remove the front bumper, start into the scrape armor grill guards.
I'm gonna go play with my puppy.
Is that what they call it nowadays?
Yep.
All right, so next step, we're removing the front bumper. Got to get that electrical connection out. We already loosened all the bolts and everything. Pulled the bumper away as much as we possibly can. The connections really leave a lot to be desired because the wire is only like 1 inch long and it needs to be about 6 inches long. So GM really doesn't help you out much here. There's an electrical connection on this side and on the passenger side. Once you get those off, the bumper will come off relatively easily after that. Removing this bumper, so don't say anything dumb. All right, so now grab right here. Yep, just watch those parts as you pull it off. That's all right. All right, not bad. See all those leaves in there? Now you can clean all that up. All right, so we got the bumper off. We're going to start with the scrape armor here in a second, but before we do that, we also want to remove this splitter, which is going to be a lot of 7mm screws and little push clips right here. So we're going to remove all of those, get the new splitter on, then start into the scrape armor stuff here. Wow, there's a bunch of missing screws. Somebody definitely did a job on this. Nice. Work smarter, not harder. That's the way to do it. All right, while we're working on getting this splitter put together before we slide it onto the bumper, I'm going to start the scrape armor right here in the center. This all has to be cleaned up with isopropyl alcohol. Then we're going to hit it with some adhesion promoter and start sticking the brackets down for the center part.
And it would kill your battery.
First power truck, like he moved, it would just, the suspension would just. But TRXs worn out whenever I bought. I was younger, and they just all rusted.
A lot of GM cars, very, very few. Matter of fact, I can only
talk about really in Texas and then.
And just like that, we got both the left and right side done. Guys, these things fit really, really nicely. You actually have to try to mess up the install on these. The guys at Scrape Armor set these things up so nicely that these brackets will literally only fit one way. And then you just pop these push clips in and it's good to go. All right, it is splitter time with Dana. He is putting together the splitter before we put it on the bumper. As you can see, it's 3-piece just like factory. He's putting the bolts together. But we're just about ready to slide this thing on the actual bumper. So based on what I'm seeing so far, it's not as bad as you'd think for only 250 bucks. So we'll see how well it fits on the bumper once we put it together though. Stay tuned.
I got a tab here, I can't get this, I can't see it.
I got one tab in here.
So
this one you didn't get in?
No, I did not yet, but I got to get this one in and this one.
I got that one in.
And I got this one I got to get in.
Alright, I got 3 in over here.
I got one here. And I need this one here. I can't see it. Can you see it? Up or down? Push.
It's in. This one's in. Looks like push on that front part. Wait. This has to go up and over. There you go.
That has to go up.
Over there, yeah.
What am I missing? This came... Oh, that's there.
This one's out, yeah. There's one right here.
Yeah.
He's always the one that gets...
I'm glad you find it fucking amusing. I hope we're recording this.
We are. Where's the 8mm or 7mm ratchet?
After you hurt me?
I didn't hurt you, Dana.
Who did?
I don't know, God.
I'm going to talk to him.
Yeah, let me know what he says. Okay, so just watch the headlight.
Yep, trying. Gotta.
Here, what's your hand?
I can't because I'm not lined up. I'm almost trying not to hit this headlight.
We're about to put on the diffuser, which is going to be kind of interesting because like I told you earlier, it's an add-on diffuser. You don't have to remove the bumper. That's the big thing. You add this on and it kind of gives you the same look or the same feel of a completely aftermarket diffuser with just adding this on, not taking off the bumper. So we're going to show you the install here because we got the car lowered, we got the splitter on, we got the scrape armor on. Of course, I'm going to show you all this once we're all done here, but the car is already looking radically different. Now it's time for the diffuser, and it's carbon flash, so this is actually pretty cool. All right, so this is the diffuser we're talking about here, guys. Like I said, it is an add-on, so it literally is going to slip on over top of what's already there. There are some bolts involved in this and some double-sided tape, but you can see Dana putting this on, it's going to look like it was meant to be there. And that already looks really awesome. So there's some double-sided tape on the top and then a couple bolts on the bottom. This is not super difficult to install, so let's do it. So here's where we put the double-sided tape, if you can see that in there. Just pretty much a bunch of strips up to the top. The bottom part has some bolts on it, so you don't really need too much of that. Here, Dan, you want to start putting that on there?
Yeah, sure.
So at this point, we're just going to basically push it into place. There, my side's all the way in.
Yep.
Here we go. So that's pretty much it. It is in place. It needs the bolts at the bottom, but otherwise,
Flashlight.
That's pretty much good. So there is a little bit of drilling that you have to do, but it drills into kind of the bottom part of the rear bumper. It's not anything too crazy. All right, so Dano, in order to do this right, we have to have this thing pushed and held all the way in.
I'm aware.
Yeah, this looks like it.
Yeah. So do these two holes over here first if you can. I'll hold it in while you're marking those holes. So we weren't initially going to do this, but after lowering the car, realized pretty quickly, yeah, you need some wheel spacers on the stock wheels. So we got Paragon 20mm spacers. You guys know we've done stuff like this before, but on the back, they're big enough that they're actually going to get you new lug studs as well. So they come with the lug nuts and everything that you need. This is going to make this thing look perfectly flush. So they are pretty. Look at that.
Look at that.
Super pretty.
Want to hold that one?
So we'll just torque these down to the same foot-pounds that the lug nuts go to, which is 140 apparently. And then you put the wheel on and of course torque the lug nuts down to 140 there as well. Super simple install, but it's going to really improve the look when it's all said and done. We got 8mm spacers for the front wheels as well, so this should be a super flush setup. Torquing them down, 140. E-brake is on. 140. So 20mm spacers in the rear from Paragon, and up in the front typically we're between 6 and 8 as far as flush. These are actually really cheap on Amazon, and these are 8mm spacers. So they just plop on there, something like this. There we go. And yeah, put the wheel on, and we're all set. So next time you see this, we'll be showing you the perfectly flush fitment, the perfectly lowered, the splitter out in the sun, because we did do that as well. Scrape armor, grill guards, rear diffuser, and then we'll do some scrape armor in here too. All right, so guys, we are all done. Cars are looking freaking beautiful, but check this out. So before and after shots of Rudy's Z06 here. Obviously, the splitter is the eBay special, so there are little slots there for the canards that he might do in the future, but honestly, otherwise the fitment's not bad. And then of course we got the scrape armor grill guards in there, and we did the lowering and the wheel spacers, which have this car sitting basically perfectly. Now you can also see back in there, we just finished up the side intake scrape armor grill guards. Yeah, all done. So his car is now lowered on stock coilovers, which we haven't done in the past. Scrape armor, new splitter, wheel spacers, and then of course the diffuser in the back that I know is going to be a hit because it does not require removal of the rear bumper. And it is painted in what is pretty much perfect carbon flash. So you can see, gives you those diffuser fins right on top of the stock diffuser. Looks really good. Really pretty easy to install too. A couple bolts and some double-sided tape. So just so you guys could get a pretty clear view of this. Car is sitting really nice though, like I said. My car is lowered on the stock coils in the back, and then of course the Paragon collars there in the front. So the drop is pretty much identical. I mean, if you look at that versus his all the way down on the stock coilovers, about the same. So really not a bad job at all, guys. All you need is a set of coilover wrenches and some time. And then of course the spacers from Paragon here in the rear really push the rear wheel kind of flush, and then the 8mm spacers in the front, basically perfect. If aftermarket wheels are not in your future, this is really the way to go. 20 in the rear, 8 in the front. That is a really nice stanced car. But yeah, guys, let's hear from Rudy. How do you feel about this?
I mean, it's way better.
Yeah.
My girlfriend will stop complaining.
Yeah, so I don't know if we mentioned that in the video, but his girlfriend was actually the one that was giving him all kinds of crap about this car not looking four-wheel drive. It was sitting too high. She wanted it lowered more than he did.
The word she used was, every single time we'd park somewhere, it's on stilts.
Yeah.
That's how she worded it. No, I've been wanting to do this for a really long time, so I'm happy with how it looks. Every single one of my friends that I do car stuff with, they've all said immediately, immensely better than it was before. Did you film how much there was like rocks inside my? No,
side? I didn't actually. I should have captured that, but there was just a ton of rocks. Yeah,
they oil and chip all of our roads here constantly. There were fistfuls, handfuls of stone inside both sides of my car. So I'm glad to have those now. 100% glad to have those, and having the spacers was I mean, when we initially lowered this last week and we did that, the spacers were necessary. 100%. I mean, the stance it's not even the same car.
Yeah. And then, of course, we also got the black lug nuts in there, so that helps aesthetically at least.
Yeah, everything aesthetically just looks so much better.
So, what's next?
Next is get my windshield tinted again. And performance stuff. I'm going performance over aero kit right now. I want to do an intake. I want to do an exhaust. I want to do the throttle bodies. That's 100% next on the list, and it's going to be all done at once.
Okay. So. Well, stay tuned for that, guys. We'll probably hook up with Rudy again. But yeah, this is the car after a little bit of work, and honestly, not much money. I mean, you're into this for probably less than $500 with the spacers, the lug nuts, the splitter, the diffuser.
You think $500 between the two?
Yeah, I guess the scrape armor was a little more than that, but
scrape armor technically for me was a Chevy points thing, so that kind of just worked.
Kind of free.
Kind of free. Yeah. My scrape armor was free, that's why I got it. But if you did this by yourself, you're probably $1,500.
$1,500.
I would say right around $1,500
for a lot of added protection and a lot of much better look. I mean, I guess there's even some performance to be had with that front splitter. So, and the lowering.
Yeah.
And the slight widening of the wheelbase with the wheel spacers. Technically, there's some performance there. But either way, guys, this thing, massive success. Of course, you know, I'm a little bit biased, but one of the best colors out there as well. And then sitting pretty on lower. There's two different forms of lowering here, so you can have pretty much the same result, which I'm actually kind of impressed by. This lowers on the stock coils almost identically, like I said, to the Paragon collars. I mean, it is really close. But anyway, guys, that's it. If you liked what you saw, smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And as always,
stay obsessed. And there's the best color.
Let us know down below, guys. Shark gray or I can't remember what
Seawolf gray.
Seawolf gray.
Seawolf gray. Which one do you like better? Let me know down below. Dana must know.
I must know.